The days rolled on, and the sickly little princess was still unable to rise from her bed. Maya had learned more about the Mechanites, and had learned that while medicine would reduce the pain of the infection, it would not make it go away any sooner. Given their limited and dwindling stockpile of medicine, the old man made the hard decision to preserve their medicine for future needs. With Elodie still incapacitated, Maya had to try his hand at cooking. He also had to harvest the corn, although the building was already bulging with it. Maya's decision to conserve the group's medicine was a wise one, as Elodie and Hugh were both struck down with the plague. Unlike the Mechanites, this could be fatal. For the poor little princess, it was just one more kick in the teeth. Now the old man broke out the best medicine they had, and he watched over Elodie like a hawk. Maya was not so attentive of the young squire, who stubbornly continued his duties around the base. For now at least, Elodie seemed to be staying ahead of the infection. Despite feeling distinctly under the weather, Hugh continued to make changes to the base, removing the old solar panels and extending the freezer. Perhaps he was sick of sharing his room with so much corn. When Maya finally made time to check on the squire, he found that he was not doing so well. He had let the plague get out of hand and would need to now spend the rest of his time in bed, or else he might die. Alone now, Maya had to cook and clean and tend to the sick. He just hoped they weren't attacked while they were so vulnerable. Even half a day in bed did wonders for Hugh's health, and it looked like the young man was going to pull through. The sickly little princess had also managed to beat off the plague, though she was still infected with sensory and fibrous mechanites. Still, after many reversals of fortune, this was at least a step in the right direction. Maya received an offer from some Empire knight to build a small structure for him. A few days ago he would not have considered this, but now he thought he might have enough time to get it done. With the expansion of the freezer mostly complete, Hugh began to finally get all that damn corn out of his room. As he moved load after load of corn, he could only smile and think back on those days when they had almost run out of food. Despite fighting off the plague, Elodie was still in a great deal of pain and unable to rise from her bed. A dubious-looking trader arrived, who offered not just goods, but people. Though not as kind-hearted as his granddaughter, Maya might have tried to buy some of the people out of slavery, but the Lemons did not possess those sorts of funds. Instead, he purchased some medicine for his granddaughter. With Hugh back on his feet and working as hard as ever, Maya was able to spend a little bit more time with Elodie, cheering her up and telling her about the base and the cute animals wandering around outside. After thinking it over for a few days, Maya decided it would only be a small chore to build the requested structure. While Maya was settling on a place to build the small monument, his granddaughter Elodie sprung out of bed. She was still not at her best, but she was up and about, and that warmed everyone's hearts. The penoxycyline that Maya had given her should also ensure she did not catch the plague again. Unfortunately, their beliefs did not exactly align with that sort of medication, and Elodie was quite unhappy at being forced to take it. Although they didn't have much to work with, Maya and Hugh planned a quick party to get Elodie's spirits up. It was good to see everyone healthy and on their feet, talking, eating, and having fun. There were no wild animals, no drugged out raiders, no electrical explosions, no lightning strikes. Perhaps that's why the party was actually quite boring. An offer came in from some distant baroness who'd apparently lost a scouting party to man-hunting squirrels. Though Elodie was still in some pain thanks to the mechanites, she figured out her new psychic powers could ease the pain, if only for a short while. With the group having no shortage of food now, Elodie concentrated on planting some heal root. Together, Maya and Hugh made short work of the small monument. With Elodie feeling much better, the group was finally able to enjoy some proper cooking. When a strange siren announced the approach of some man-hunting raccoons, the lemons decided they could probably handle it now. This may have been overly confident. The raccoons, which already looked like bandits, rode through a hail of bullets at the lemons, seemingly fearless. Without a moment to spare, the lemons withdrew to their base. The old man was last, but he was quick on his feet. The animals bottlenecked in the doorway, the lemon party were finally able to dispatch them. In the process of doing so, they took many more scratches than they expected, but not more than they could now handle. Apparently pleased with the construction of the monument, the strange outsiders returned to bestow more local titles upon Elodie, although the little pink-haired princess's throne room looked suspiciously like a storage closet. And so things in the Rimworld began to settle into a certain routine. Lightning storms, wild animals, raiders. It was a lot to deal with, but not more than the lemons could deal with if they stuck together. Further expansions were made to their base, and although Elodie still wanted to set off right now towards a spaceship, her grandfather convinced her that they had a great deal of preparation to do. At last, it was the 12th of December by the local calendar, and as near as they could figure, the Lemons decided this was Christmas. Their celebrations were both more somber and hopeful than the small party they'd organised. Elodie, for one, prayed that this would be their final Christmas on the Rimworld, though the others were not so sure. But hey, they had a pool table now, so that's pretty cool.